We are live in Studio B. This is your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I am Spencer Linton. You know Jerem Jordan. And most of you know our first guest of the day. Back in Studio B, former NFL and BYU linebacker David Nixon. Nix, welcome back, bro.
Oh, man. Still trying to catch up on some sleep from the game this weekend. Got back, took a nice nap yesterday, and ready to roll.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Wait, so we've been talking about, have we graduated from if BYU gets a Big 12 invite to when? How are you feeling about it?
Honestly, I'm trying to hold my feelings a little bit. I'm trying not to get too excited because of past history. I'm kind of like a scared puppy dog that's been kicked too many times, right? It's just like, you got to reserve. You got to reserve
You're
your
Charlie
feelings.
Brown with Lucy holding the football.
Yeah.
I'm not going to move it. Come kick it.
Yeah, just reserve the feelings a little bit. But when this happens, it sounds like now, I mean, I'm telling you, this is humongous news. And like I mentioned this a few times. I grew up in Big 12 country, right? I mean, that Texas A&M was a member of the Big 12 for pretty much my whole childhood. And seeing those rivalries and those games and the Big 12 championship game, and I mean, that's what it's all about. And to think that BYU now will have the opportunity to be in that conference and be able to recruit that state even that much harder. I mean, we've got some good kids from Texas that have joined the program, especially in the past and now. And the fact that this will now open up that hotbed, including Oklahoma, which has great athletes as well, I mean, it's huge for BYU. There's so many. We go down the list, but all positive things join the conference, including allowing Kalani to now waive that P5 status in front of recruits as well. So,
yes,
so many good things.
It feels like finally BYU would be able to say, okay, what's the difference between Utah and us? Almost nothing, right? Obviously, BYU's unique place is going to use the honor code to its advantage. Hey, if you want to do this, come over here. It'd just be validating. It just would. And yes, BYU needs to beat Utah and be more competitive in that rivalry. But now we understand the mindset of them relative to BYU, right? Like the in-state game, that comment was like annoying. But now we're like, you know what? There's bigger things at play. I get it. I get it.
We got to worry about Iowa State and TCU.
Well, I was going to say, I'm waiting for the tweet when I can say, listen, Utah, you're great, but our rivalry with Texas Tech goes deep. It's very rich now.
Wells.
yeah. No, I'm with you. I think the ability to expand and to be within that conference and to shoot for that conference championship. That's the thing with independence that's been so tough, right? Is that once you lose a game, all your goals are out the window, right? You can't really make the New Year's Six anymore.
What are you playing for?
You're not playing for much. Whereas in this one, you can still lose a game, maybe two, and still fight and make your way to the Big 12 championship game.
If you can get to the championship game.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, David, in the emotional spectrum of things, where are you in relation to the Big 12 excitement versus the game for BYU with Utah? Because there are a lot of mixed feelings here where it's like there's so much excitement about the Big 12 that the rivalry game has become ancillary. Are you there yet? Or is it still about Utah over the Big 12?
I'm definitely not there. It is still Utah over the Big 12. And for a few reasons. One, I love the Big 12, and that will work itself out. But people got to remember, we don't play Utah for the next 2 years because they're home and home with Florida. And so
this is worth 4 games
you
from
have
last year.
You have to win this year, otherwise you're going to hear from Utah fans for the next 3 years, essentially, right? And so, listen, this game carries a lot of weight. And I know that Utah tries to downplay it. I know we're joking that with the Big 12 we're downplaying it. But for the players and coaches, this is a huge game. And for recruiting purposes as well, because this is something you take this win, and for the next 3 years, Kalani can wave this flag in front of recruits and say, hey, we got the dub. This is where it's headed. We're headed into Big 12. And so there's a lot of things you can build on with this game. But I also think BYU last year broke that barrier of the confidence level, I think. I think they realized, guys, if we play our ball, we can go out there and beat anybody in the country. And I know they had a cupcake schedule, but they took care of business.
Yeah.
And I think that's where BYU's headed right now. And I think going into this game, I think they've got a lot of confidence going into this game to where that will hopefully they can ride on the momentum. And so BYU needs this game. They really do. And of course, they can still go on and have a great season this year if they drop it. But for kind of where the program's headed, in order to build on this program, I think this game is massive.
Isn't it interesting that Kalani Sitake as a head coach, he's faced all these barriers. Well, he doesn't have the big home signature win. He got it against USC in 2019. He hasn't had BYU finish ranked in a season. They did it last year. Well, he's really struggled against all of his rivals, not just Utah. Now he's dominating Utah State, finally won at Boise State. So he's got these things checked off, but he hasn't beaten Utah. So is that like the next big thing for Kalani Sitake and his head coaching tenure?
Frankly, I think it's probably one of the last things. I think it's one of the last notches in his belt besides getting to a New Year's Six game. But I think this is one of those last boxes he needs to check. Because I think everybody, to your point, I think he's checked all those other boxes. I think he has the respect of the fan base. I think he has the respect of the entire country. I think every time anybody talks about Kalani Sitake, they national writers, they speak very highly of him. And so I think he's done everything on the field. He's got the extension he needs, so he's got some security behind him. Now he just has to go out there and win this game. And I guarantee you, with him and his relationship with Kyle, even though they're very cordial to each other, it's like trying to beat your brother, right? You love your brother, but you want to beat him every time you step on the basketball court or wherever it may be with him. And I guarantee you it's the same with Kalani. He knows those guys up there well. He knows the players well. But at this point, he just wants to beat them.
That's a great point about checking those boxes because, yes, it's the last thing on the list maybe, right, of like within your power.
Other than like a big-time bowl game?
Right. And BYU had a shot kind of at that last year, but I think we all understand it was a pandemic. Whatever, you do your best. You schedule the Coastal game to try and get up there. It didn't work out, whatever. Let's talk about the defense for BYU. So 16 points allowed, 4 sacks, 1 takeaway. Obviously, offensively, probably got to play better to beat Utah. Defensively, what did you really like, and what do you want to see a little different?
Yeah, I went back and watched the game in its entirety, actually a couple times.
Full disclosure, David's like, hey, I'm watching all 22. I love this. I'm like, dude, he's breaking it down.
I love the all 22. So I have access to the all 22, which means, for people that don't know what that means, you have a couple different angles of cameras. You have one behind the line of scrimmage and one from the side at a wider angle. So you can see all 22 players, which is why it's called all 22. Anyways, I watched it a couple times. I think defensively they played actually pretty well. I think there were some lapses in the run game that they struggled with. And the biggest glaring thing for me was the checkdowns. I think BYU tried to protect the deep ball, so the backers were dropping 15 yards versus 10 and respecting the check down. And then, frankly, in the first game of the year, they struggled in open field tackling, which is expected. Once again, in camp, you're not really prepping for that in the sense that you don't want to go out there in full tackle and you're not going full speed on open field type tackling. And so they had a couple of missed tackles in that sense. But all in all, as you mentioned, 6 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 1 interception. They were +1 in the turnover margin, which was huge. And so there were some positive takeaways. I think people were a little bummed because Arizona made that little run late in the game that made it closer than it really was. But defensively, I was pretty proud of them. I think there's, Elisa Tuiaki mentioned yesterday that because of mental lapses and missed assignments, they gave up about 125 yards because of those. And
Not to mention Arizona, he said, threw the entire kitchen sink at them.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so I would agree, when I watched the film, there are some missed assignments. There's guys that aren't in the right gaps. And as a result, Arizona found that and exploited it. But I think there's a lot to build on. I think the guys were flying around. I loved watching Chaz Ayu. I tweeted out D'Lo. He came up and made a huge hit.
Yep.
Peyton Wilgar was all over the place.
Peyton Wilgar, especially on that screen where it's literally 2-on-1, and he just sheds the blocker and makes the tackle. I was like, who is this guy?
I'll tell you what, his ball instincts are up there with some of the best guys. I mean, he's up there with the Kyle Van Noys and the Fred Warners of the world.
The David Nixons of the world.
He's up there. I'm telling you, he's impressive to watch because he understands where the ball's going, where the offense is trying to get the ball to go to, right? He understands where the offensive lineman is trying to block and how to beat that block. And so there's a lot of things about him. There's a reason he's a captain, but I was impressed with his play. But the secondary, how about the secondary? They were flying around. That's even with Keenan going down early. I mean, who's our BYU's, arguably BYU's best cover corner.
Isaiah Heron did a really nice job coming in.
It was impressive to watch the defense. I'm excited for them because I think that's going to be the bright spot for this week against Utah and be able to find a way to come out that win.
David Nixon is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Let's talk about the matchup. You've seen Utah, their film against Weber State. I know it's only one game, a 40-17 win for the Utes.
Well, it depends on the initial tweet from Utah football, but yeah.
Okay, fair point. How does BYU match up with Utah? The Utes are a 7-point favorite coming into Provo.
I like the matchup. I think it's all going to come down to BYU's defensive line versus Utah's offensive line. Can BYU's defensive line in front 7, I'll throw in the linebackers there as well, can they get pressure on Brewer? Because if not, I think, watching Brewer in the first game, his accuracy was on point. His receivers dropped a few balls, as we know, but I think he's got the ability to pick apart a defense. But that offensive line as well, they let Weber State through a couple times. In fact, on the half-yard line, on a 4th down, trying to get into the end zone, Utah couldn't get in. Weber State penetrated and tackled him and didn't let him in. So little things like that show me that there's some chinks in the armor there for Utah that BYU's front seven can take advantage of. And that's the matchup I think is going to be most interesting. Can BYU get pressure on Brewer and disrupt him a little bit and then allow, the rest of the secondary to come up and play as they played? And then, of course, BYU's offense, can they start clicking? I think, look, I love the stat. Greg Wrubell actually tweeted it out. Jaren Hall started 1 for 6 and then proceeded to go 17 for 22.
Right, talked about that yesterday.
The jitters and the amp. I mean, I think that first ball to Gunner on the outside on that comeback, that had to be going to like 120 miles an hour.
That was a Robbie Bosco 84 pit moment.
That was a baseball center field to try and get the runner stealing home from third.
Jaren is a center fielder, but that was still
that thing was coming in hot, okay?
Yeah.
So I think that the jitters for him were real. And then he settled in and had a pretty solid rest of the game. And so I think that's what Jaren will see. I think he'll be settled down a little bit. So offensively, I think they'll find a way to click. Defensively, I like the matchups. I'm intrigued. I think this could be the year. We say that every year. I think it could be the year.
It could be, baby.
Just do me a favor. On After Further Review tonight, discuss, can BYU afford to play as much zone coverage against Utah as they did against Arizona?
We'll address it. We'll address that and many other things. We're excited for this one.
And then a 2-hour countdown Saturday. Again.
Let's
go.
back-to-back weeks.
Why not?
Let's go.
David, great to have you, brother.
Always fun to be here, guys. Thanks.